Good afternoon, folks. I'm here to show you what happens when a community comes together for a charity that is near and dear to so many of our hearts. And it's something that we hope we never have to face, but when you do, these folks will be there to help. And I'm talking about the St. Baldrick's Foundation, which helps fight children's cancer. And so what we're doing today is what so many people do around the country and at this time of year is they collect money they raise money and have their head shaved in order to cure, and as we look for the cure. I don't know if we'll ever find it, but we look for the cure for children's cancer. So what we're doing today is we're at Sandburg High School, and we're going to have 2 sessions. They have 2 sessions, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to participate. I've raised about $2,000 myself, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more money raised today, all to help fight kids' cancer. So what they're going to do is the first session, I'm going to have half my head shaved. So as you can see, my hair is a lot longer than normal. I've let it grow so that when the head's shaved, there's an effect. So half my head will be shaved, and then you'll see that part of the film, and then we'll come back to session 2, and the other half will be shaved. So it's all in the interest of fighting cancer. But it's not about me, but I'm here today to show you how the hearts of the Sandburg community. So it's something they've been doing for a number of years, and I asked them this year if I could participate and we could show the village of Orland Park how big of a heart that Sandburg and the kids do. Because so many times the kids, high school students don't get the credit. Everybody thinks that they're not out in the community, that they don't do the good work, such as working for charity and helping within the community. You're going to see something different today. You're going to see kids that have worked for the last number of months raising money as a commitment to shave their heads. So here we go. You're going to see a number of kids having a lot of fun. We even have an Olympian today from the Sandburg graduate from the Olympian. We'll have her on a little later she was on the gold medal game. They were in the gold medal game, this US Olympic hockey team. She's here today and she wants to participate, knowing just what a wonderful, wonderful experience this is. So sit back and watch a community come together to fight kids' cancer. I'm Dan McMillan, an Orland Park resident, and I thank you for your participation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is our annual Winter Student Athlete Recognition along with St. Baldrick's. Before we get things going, it's always a good time to stand up for Sandburg. What a great way to start our winter recognition assembly. Now, to get our St. Baldrick's portion of the assembly underway, I'm going to turn it over to Tash and Emily.
That raises money for childhood cancer research. Volunteers raise money in hopes that these cancer-stricken children can have a better chance at a healthy future. Volunteers also shave their head in solidarity with those going through cancer treatments. The students and staff here at Sandburg have done a tremendous job for this great cause. This year, the Brave St. Baldrick's participants have raised a total of $16,240.63. Participating in St. Baldrick's in 2009, Sandburg's raised a total of $151,570.
Most of the participants were shaved on Wednesday during their lunch hours. If you're a St. Baldrick's participant, please stand to be recognized. We'd like to thank Sports Bus from across the street for doing the shave. Their volunteer hours really makes this a possibility. Thank you. Now, let's get some of our top fundraisers who will be shaved today.
Alright, we're going to get started on the guys. First, we have Paco Laciello, who is for love. Next we have Adam Gleisner. Adam raised a total of $632. Now we have Jacob Jerome. He raised a total of $916.
Dan McMillan is a huge supporter of Carl Sandburg High School and is a local businessman, and he even has his own local cable TV show. He's a big advocate for St. Baldrick's and has raised over $1,000 for this cause. Let's hear from Mr. Dan McMillan on why he's shaving his head.
I want to thank everyone for being here. It's something I've done for, this will be 8 straight years. I've done 8 St. Baldrick's. Not here, this is the first time I've had an opportunity to be here at Sandburg to do it. But I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but I do want to thank everyone for being here and all the great money that you've raised. You've raised $16,000, correct? Okay, so that's without my commitment. So my commitment is $2,300. So put that on to $16,000. So I figured we just had, not that we want to beat number one. I know he's been doing a great job every year, but we've got $2,300 coming for St. Baldrick's from our local community, Joe Rizaford and a few others. So make sure we put that down. We want to thank everyone for coming out today. Really, let's hear a big round of applause for these who are giving up their hair. Giving up their hair for kids. In case that you don't know, St. Baldrick's is really, it's all about finding a cure for kids' cancer. And we always hear the term cancer, but it's so much, this is very specific. And most of you are just children yourselves. But when you have children, you'll even realize how much more important it is, because there's nothing worse than being struck with one of your children to have cancer. So it's a really important, it's just very important what we're doing today and what they're doing and what we've pledged and your support. So keep that in mind. It's great to see the support. I don't think high school students get a lot of bad raps, that you're irresponsible and that you don't care, but I think this shows that the youth of America is in good shape today. Let's give everybody a round of applause, and let's cut our hair, and I'm going to get mine
cut to.
Thank you guys. Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me back here. I graduated in 2010, and I'm just really excited to be back. I can't thank you guys enough for the support throughout the entire Olympic Games. I received so many emails, text messages, phone calls, whatever, saying good luck, and I really appreciate all of that. And finally, I just hope that you guys follow your dreams like I did. When I was back here at Sandburg, not many people knew it was my dream to go to the Olympics. They just thought I played hockey. So it's nice to be able to share this moment with you guys, and I hope you follow your dreams as well. Finally, I would like to give this my 2011 World Championship jersey to the school and Mr. Treasurer to say thank you for all your support.
On behalf of Carl Sandburg, we'd like to thank Kendall for coming out and giving her whole day to our school to sign some autographs, take some pictures, and be a part of our assembly. I reached out to Kendall on Twitter to ask her while she was still in Sochi if she'd be interested in coming, and she emphatically, within about 10 seconds, said yes. She'd be in town and she'd love to be a part of that. So again, really, she's a busy person right now. She's working for the Chicago Blackhawks. She's got to go from here. She's got to go down for the Blackhawks game. We're so grateful that she's here. So once again, give her a nice round of applause. Thank you, Kendall. Kendall, well, let me ask our student body, would you guys like to see her shoot a few pucks? Would you like to see her shoot a few pucks? All right. Well, we brought in a goalie from long time ago, back before the goalies even wore a face mask, but he's going to wear a face mask today. He is from Saskatchewan, up there in Canada. He is Coach Mike White.
I will win. Maybe.
Coach White, is that too close or should we back up? Back up? For Coach White. He's not really from Saskatchewan, but he was a national trampoline champion way back in 1974, I believe he told me, and I believe everything he tells me.
Orland Park, we're here today with Kendall Coyne. And if you're not familiar with who Kendall Coyne is, you should be. If you watch the Olympics, just past 2 months, you would have seen that Kendall Coyne carried the US Olympic ladies hockey team on her back. She carried it into that gold medal game. And she's here today, we're here today at a very special event in Orland Park for the St. Baldricks. So that's why I look a little different. I have my head shaved. Kendall wanted to get her head shaved, but her agent said that she couldn't do it yet at this point. But great to have you here, Kendall. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
It's an honor to meet you. It really is. And as we've talked a little bit, you've done so much. So can you just give us an idea of what it means to have graduated in 2010 from Sandburg High School, and then here we are, less than 4 years later from your graduation, and you've been in the Olympics. You're studying now. You're on you're on your college hockey team at Northeastern. Is that in Boston?
Yeah.
In Boston. So give us an idea of what it feels like and what the whirlwind has been. And the last 4 years have probably been a blur.
Yeah, it's definitely been overwhelming and just really special coming back today to Sandburg and just to see the kids here and I was in their shoes not too long ago and hopefully inspire one of them one day to follow their dreams and know that it can become a reality being from the Orland Park area.
Yeah, it's an amazing. I love meeting the people who have. It's great. There's so many success stories coming out of Sandburg. We had last year. We had on with us, and he did a signing for us. Was Patrick Fitzgerald. So I don't know if you know Coach, but over at Northwestern. So he graduated from Sandburg and went on to great heights, playing at Northwestern and now coaching there. And his wife Stacy from here. So it's seeing the success. Did you ever? It's probably a canned question. It sounds like. Did you ever, as you were playing hockey as a tyke, and then you were going on into high school, did you ever envision that you'd be playing in college and playing in the Olympics?
I mean, as a female, the ultimate goal is to play in college, and so I joined the national team at 15, and that's when I envisioned playing in the Olympic Games and stuff. So it was definitely a goal of mine while I was here at Sandburg. I didn't really like to talk about it, but it definitely was.
It almost feels like you put some jinx on it if you talk about it, but it's there. And so you had that inner desire that was driving you, was driving what you do. So now you graduated. Did you consider other schools? What brought you to Northeastern to play hockey and to study?
It was a 5-year school, and there's a program called the co-op program, which you do an internship and get school credit for, and I'm currently doing that with the Chicago Blackhawks right now. And just to be able to come out with my master's in 5 years was an opportunity I didn't want to pass up, and then hockey's a bonus for me right now. So that was a great team. We're in a great league and a great city. So.
And what are you majoring in?
Communications, business, and Spanish.
Business and Spanish. Folks, this is a well-rounded lady. She is going to take over. She'll be able to. She'll be some mega. She'll run Learfield Sports or something like that at some point someday. But you're going to do a phenomenal job. Have you come back? Do you have any favorite teachers that you remember when you're coming back? Did someone have a big influence on you back here?
I would just say it's the entire community, the entire faculty and staff. They just treated every student like first class and never treated anyone differently. And even if I had to miss school, all the teachers were on board and helped me with my studies, even though if I wasn't here. So I really appreciate all the extra help that I got when I was absent with hockey events.
Did Terry Treasure, was he a big influence on you back in the time you were here?
Yeah, he helped me a lot.
Yes. He probably is one of the finest assistant principals I've ever met.
I was never in his office though.
You were never. See, that's it. If you really get to know him too well while you're at school, probably means that things aren't going as well as you want to. So you did know him, which is a credit to how well you did here at high school. But where we are is, we've got, Orland Park is watching. Can you give the youth that are watching, especially, and then the parents, give them a few ideas or a few motivation, a few things to take back as motivation as to what took you from high school into college to the Olympics.
Yeah, well, obviously it started when I was a tyke.
most of the kids that were watching, and I've come across. I think the biggest thing is that my parents didn't make me do it. My parents didn't tell me I had to go to hockey, and didn't wake me up to go to hockey. I woke them up to go to hockey, and I always just loved to play it. And even through high school, obviously you want to attend all the social events that there are going outside of Sandburg, but I was always doing hockey things, and it wasn't like I wanted to do the activities outside of here, like normal high school life. I was always driven to play hockey, and I always wanted to do it. So I think that's the ultimate key, is just to love what you do, and do it because you want to do it, not somebody else.
Do it. I think you take away from it, do it for the love of the game. Mm-hmm. Do it for whatever you do. Whether you're going to become a physicist, or you're going to become a writer and a great journalist, or if you're going to become a CPA. Do it for the love of the game. Do it. If you can, it's ultimate. If you can do in your life what you enjoy, then you're one step ahead. You're one step ahead, because you're not going to work. You're going to accomplish things on a daily basis. So where do you see yourself then going from? You're going to complete your master's. Now you say you tell the kids, which is great. Live the dream. What is your dream to go on from here?
Well, obviously, I'm looking forward to my next 2 years of college hockey, and then after that, eventually graduating from college, and then 2018 isn't far away, and hopefully, if I'm still good enough to be there, and hopefully, eventually try out for the 2018 Olympic Games, and then my dream job would be to work in the NHL in any aspect, just to stay in the game.
In any capacity? Yeah. No, it's great to work there. We do some work with the Blackhawks, so I guess I'd have to ask you. And without even asking, I'll tell you, I'll give you my vote. Who is the most handsome Blackhawk? Let's see if you get this question right.
I don't really judge by looks. I judge by skill.
Yeah. Well, who's the most? Okay. Who's the most skillful?
Patrick Kane.
Patrick Kane. Yes, he is. He is very skillful. The overall being, I do find, I will tell you this independently, and you being a hockey player, I've been around a lot of sports, because I've been coaching basketball for, it seems like forever, and baseball and football. Didn't really get to coach. I've never really coached hockey since I can't ice skate. But the hockey players are the friendliest. They're the most down to earth. They're the most humble. It's even at the pro level, and I find that. And there's a number of reasons. But one of the guys that I've met who everybody loves is Patrick Sharp. And he came out and did a signing for us this past year. But, the ladies love him, and the guys, and everybody does. But he's such a nice guy. He's such a good guy. They're all great there. In fact, I just met some lady yesterday who runs the youth hockey. Annie Kamens.
Yep.
She's coming out tomorrow. She wants to buy a car. She runs youth hockey for Chicago for the Blackhawks. I haven't met her. I'm looking forward to meeting her tomorrow. Do you know her?
Yep.
Oh, okay, great. She does a great job. She was so friendly. Everybody that I have talked to or met with the Blackhawk organization, Pete Hassan, I don't know if you know him. He's the one who actually referred her. But it's a great organization. So, as a hockey player, why do you think that hockey is probably the best? They're the nicest people. Why?
Well, I think just playing the game and living the game being your life. It's a grind, and anytime you get the opportunity to share your experiences with other people, it's a special opportunity, because it's hard to explain how much work goes into it, how much your parents put into it, the continuous efforts of your parents taking you to hockey and waking you up, that you just really appreciate the people who have done a lot for you.
Yes. No, it's great. Now, so do your parents get to see? Does your mother able to come out to many games? Being out east like that?
Not really. I mean, it's obviously tough to get out east. It's pretty expensive to stay in Boston too. So they'll try to come out for one game a year.
Yeah.
But you can watch online.
Yes. Oh, can you? Oh, yeah. No, when I was at a fundraiser with Mr. Barrett, as we talked about. Mm-hmm. Birdie was watching one of the games. Was it Vermont? Is he at Vermont?
No, he's at Holy Cross.
Holy Cross. He was at Holy Cross, and she was watching the game right there online. So we're going to wrap it up. The final question I would ask you, in your quest to be an Olympian, what music did you listen to the most as you got up and were skating out on the ice?
I'm not actually a big music person, to be honest. I'm
What-
really controlled music in the locker room. I'm not a big, in Boston, obviously, what's that song called? Boston? Yeah, that's what we come out to every time.
What is it?
Shipping up to Boston.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you guys have a team song.
It's more of like a city song.
City song?
Yeah,
Okay.
But I don't really listen to music.
No?
No.
No, because you're driven.
No, I just
No,
don't
it's
care
just-
for it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're driven. I love that. So keep up the good work. You're one of Orland's finest.
Thank
and
you.
you're going to, be tremendous success, and we're going to enjoy watching you in the 2018 Olympics and seeing
Hopefully, yeah.
you become a Final Four member of the in college hockey. So
Thank you.
we want to thank you very much today, Mrs. Hoyne or Miss Hoyne. Did I get it right? Coyne. I said Hoyne, didn't I?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
about
okay.
that. I'm sorry about
No,
that.
that's okay.
Mrs. Coyne. We look forward to seeing you out there, as we said. We're going
Thank
to wrap
you.
it up here from Orland Park. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hello, Orland Park. We're here today at Sandburg High School for a very special event. We were here enjoying and celebrating the St. Baldrick's festivities. And I have a very special guest to the left of me now, Mr. Phil Januszewski. Did I get it right?
You got it right, man.
Phil Januszewski, who had his head shaved today, as we both had our heads shaved today. Phil is or what do they call you, Mr. J?
That's right.
Mr. J, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I really want to thank you. I mean, so Mr. J he raised over $2,200. And I know he gets a little, he's very modest and he gets a little embarrassed when I bring it up. But he's the top fundraiser here at Sandburg for these festivities. And St. Baldrick's being such an important charity raising money for the fight against kids' cancer. And he is right at the forefront of it. So what got you started, Mr. J? What got you started with becoming such an integral part of the St. Baldrick's festivities?
The school just adopted the idea of having St. Baldrick's about 5-6 years ago, and just seeing people getting so involved and seeing that student interaction, raising funds and doing something that's much bigger than anything that me or you stand for, just put together. I think it was really enticing, and of course the idea of cancer hits home to so many people.
Yes.
So I just felt gravitated towards it, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, that's what I like about it, and I think you said it best. It's bigger than any of us. It's something that you hope you don't that you're never a part of. When you have your children, you hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
But if it does, there are support groups, but we want to be part. But you want to be part. Many times people say you want to be part of the. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And you, my kind sir, are part of the solution. So it's a great job. So, but not only you're part of the solution overall, because I have such respect for educators. And you're a longtime teacher here at Carl Sandburg High School,
Yes,
and you teach a subject that is, I will say it's near and dear to my heart, only because I have such respect for it, because I can't figure it out. He's chemistry. Is it chemistry and physics?
Yes, sir.
Chemistry and physics. All I can tell you is that what is it? E equals mc squared.
Right.
Which is energy equals
Yes.
mass times acceleration squared. Did I get that one?
The speed of light squared.
The speed
You're
of light
You're
squared.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
So, how long have you? Well, first of all, how long have you been teaching here at Carl Sandburg?
This is my 9th year at Sandburg, so been lucky enough to be here a while.
Yeah, and I always tell people how great the resources here are at
Yes.
Sandburg. And the main resource, and we say it in business, we say it in so many places, your most important assets are your people. So the most important assets to the school are the teachers. You make the school year after year, the children. You're doing what's so important. You're molding the minds of the youth of America. So what made you become a molder of the minds of the youth of America?
Actually, I went to our sister school, Andrew High School.
Oh, yes.
And my junior year, I had a teacher named Mr. Butchkevich, who was just a real down-to-earth, awesome guy. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I liked school, I liked science, and he said, it's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah.
You need to be in school, you need to be doing what I'm doing, and here I am, and I'm very grateful for it. It's a really great job.
It is, and the resources you bring and the resources the school has, in District 230 overall. Now, what school prepared you for your teaching career?
I went to the Illinois State University.
The Illinois State, so you're a Redbird.
I'm a Redbird at heart.
Yes, yes. We love Illinois State. I'm going on record as saying we love Illinois State. So
I do.
Yes. So you majored. What was your major?
Chemistry with a teaching certificate.
So you majored in chemistry. Then you came out of Illinois State, and with the chemistry degree. And then where was your first teaching job?
I was blessed enough to have an internship for student teaching here under the guidance of Mr. Mike C. Plack and Ms. Jen Pierce. And then I was lucky enough, I had a 6-month interview through that process, and I was lucky enough for them to let me in the big family.
Oh, so you started right here? You're a long-time Sandburg teacher, Andrew alum. It's great within the whole family. Now, have you taught, if any of your students won a Pulitzer Prize yet? I don't know if science wins a Pulitzer Prize or some, whatever those prizes are.
No, my students are doing things that are probably not measurable, but in a good way.
Yeah. So let's just ask, and I love that because I do a lot of coaching, and it's so rewarding when the kids that you work with go on to have the success.
Yes.
And you feel like you had a little part of it, no matter what, and you probably had a very big part of it for some of the kids that have went on to major. You inspired them, and they've majored in chemistry, physics, some type of science at college. Do you have a success story from a student that really hit home with you, that really hit your heart?
I think an amazing thing, and I think a lot of teachers can attest to this, we get random emails every once in a while from students we've had a while ago, and I had a student who was just a regular nice guy, had no idea that I was impacting him, and he's going for his PhD in microbiology and getting chemistry, and it's amazing. He's going to be doing research. This is going to better society in general. So, I mean, things like that is just a huge booster shot in the arm, for trying to at least think we have, a little impact in a positive way.
Yeah, I mean, it's what helps keep us all going if you feel like there's something positive. So when you get emails from students who say what kind of influence and that you've done it, do you usually respond back? And
absolutely. Sometimes it's nice to meet up with them, just catch up with them, see what they're doing. Some have families now, and they're living the dream, and that's just it's nice to be a part of that little piece in their life to hopefully, you did something right to help them out.
Yeah. So it's now. Do we have your part of it? Is I remember when I was in high school, we had some science fairs, and then which always scared me, because in science class in biology, and they said, okay, it's time for the science fair. We got to come up with something. What do we have a science fair at Sandburg every year?
We don't have one in the building, but there is competitive parts of the school that are like co-curricular that can go out and compete.
Okay, so have you worked with some of them that are doing some competitions?
I used to work through like the science club and that, and they have conference-wide competitions and things like that. So I've been a part of that.
Yeah.
But as far as anything that's I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's change the world right now or anything, if that's what you're looking for.
No, but you will. Now,
maybe.
Do you see yourself as the next Bill Nye, the science guy?
I'm definitely never will be as cool as Bill Nye.
Oh, come on. You're cooler than Bill Nye.
He's a good-looking man. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I'm just trying to live the dream, and this is a good part of it.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a few more questions.
Sure.
One is, it's just off the wall, but is it Albert Einstein?
Yes.
How have you studied Albert Einstein? I mean,
he's obviously up on a pedestal with physics and that, an amazing man. Just reading up through him, I have a huge interest in, of course, the atomic bomb, and his play in that, and of course his choices and regrets in that. But would I say I'm a master of his history in that? No, I would say not.
But is he the father? Look, right here on TV, on the website, wherever this goes out over the World Wide Web, can you give us the real definition of the theory of relativity from Einstein?
No. I would butcher it, and
what is it?
I'd have a bunch of Orland Park physicists very angry at me. I believe.
But what is it in its basic form?
The basis is that everything is made of energy, and if we could somehow harness that energy that's within every single one of our little atoms, we could have and unimaginable amount of energy that we could have at our fingertips.
Okay.
But we know so little about our
Yeah.
real world.
But isn't it amazing what Einstein knew and what he discovered? And it was 1945, and in the 40s and even into the 50s, and what he knew. And he didn't have, now you go, there are so many computer programs that can help you dive in to the molecular structure and everything else. He didn't have any of that, and look how much he did with it. So
he was a beautiful mind.
What do you think? Yeah, just like the movie. What do you think his IQ was? Did they ever measure it? Has it ever been said, or is it off the charts?
That is something that I cannot be quoted on. I do not know that.
Okay, but I know you must have about 158 IQ, so we know we have one of the world's smartest men right here, folks.
This is completely false.
Yes, no.
That's all right, we'll go with it.
Give credit where credit is due. So we're going to wrap it up by saying that teachers are the most important people in the country, because you are the ones who mold the youth and the minds of America that are going to the next level. So I just want to thank you for everything you do, and and I know you're humbled by it a little bit, but you really do deserve all of any credits you get, and any award dinners that you get to go to. Enjoy it and take it all, because you deserve every single applauded and everything you guys do, because I am just and you survive the lunch hour walking through that commons area, because folks, I'll tell you, that's a tough one itself. If you walk here around between 11 and 12:30 or whatever it is, it's a tough one, but you do such a great job. So where do you see the future? This will wrap it up with the question, where do you see the future of education?
Future of education.
Yes.
This will be very interactive and definitely will not look like it's right now. Who knows if we'll even be in a building eventually. Yeah. There's so much information out there I think the main goal of education will be to teach people how to learn for themselves. And
you're right.
And that whether it's on your phone, whether it's implanted in your suits, wherever it may be, I think that'll be a huge key factor, and we may never need buses again.
You're right. You said the thing that I've said before to people. So much of what you go to college, and even if I'm a CPA, but most of the stuff I've used for the last 25, 30 years, not what I actually learned in college, because you have to, you go so far out from it. But what college can do, and what you can in high school, and the teachers do, they're great teachers such as yourself, teach you how to learn. You're not going to be able, no class can teach you everything, because one thing we've all learned over the years is the more you learn how much you just don't know.
Socrates, I know nothing.
Yes, and that's what it comes down to. So you said it right. You're teaching. Your goal of education is to teach the children and even the adults as they get in the college and adult education how to learn, and that'll make us all a better place. So one more, the last question. Okay. I think you're old enough for this one. I couldn't ask Miss Coyne. I think I got it right. Miss Coyne this question, because she's not old enough to remember. Okay. But Stones or Beatles?
Oh, wow. He's simple, hands down, Beatles.
Beatles? Okay.
Mick Jagger scares me.
Yeah, he is a little scary. But yeah, it's a tough question. I mean, I get it from both. Of course, I will say, at least you answered it. We did the debate team and the debate coaches, and they're wonderful people. They're wonderful. But of course, I ask each of them, Stones, Beatles. It's just a stupid question I like to ask at the end. And of course, what was their answer? Aerosmith. I said, come on, you got to give me an answer. Right. So of course we love Aerosmith, but it's but that wasn't one of the choices. No. But they're a debate team. They always have to think outside the box, I guess. I don't know what it is. But have you ever seen one of the debates?
I have seen some that they practice. It's amazing how they have to practice for both sides.
Just they put me on the debate team. And we did a debate. Yeah, we have it on the you can see it on Orland's Finest.
How'd it go?
They beat the heck out of me. I'll tell you that. They ate me alive. But I'm still here. But it was a learning experience, and that's what I said. There's so many resources here at Sandburg, from science to math to theater to debate and speech and sports. That Dave Warsaw, Coach Warsaw, does a phenomenal job with those kids. He makes them into men out on that football field, and that's all part of it and everything that we do.
Down here is Coach Wurzel's address if you'd like to get a hold.
Yes. Well, no, but he does such a fine job, and he's a great English teacher too. So he can always proofread everything. I hope you give him your papers to proofread. I mean, if you're sending anything out, you want to make sure.
Important, I go
you want to make sure
Dr. Warsaw.
Dr. Warsaw with the grammar. So we're going to wrap it up today by thanking Mr. J for being here, Mr. Januszewski. But thank you very much for being here, and keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, everything you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to sign off. I'm Dan McMillan here in Orland Park at Sandburg High School. Thank you.